Hello everyone, I've got another Shark cordless vacuum cleaner to look at today, and unlike many of the reviews you'll find on the internet, this one isn't sponsored. No, I paid for this myself. Shark didn't give it to me. I don't seem to be getting any Shark samples anymore since a change of personnel. The lady that used to contact me to offer me Shark cleaners to test has left Shark, so whoever's taken over obviously doesn't really want my opinion. To be fair, they did offer me one after I'd already bought it, so I kindly said, well, thanks for the offer, but I've bought one. So this is mine, it's mine and paid for, and I will give you my honest opinion as ever on this cleaner. So without any further ado, let's open it and see what we get inside. Here's everything out of the box. This is model IZ400UKT. So this is the mid-range model. It comes with the mini motorized pet tool and one battery. There are other models in the Stratos cordless range that offer 2 batteries and some models without the mini motorized tool. So I'd say this is sort of a mid-range model. So when I unboxed it, the battery was fitted, but you will need to charge the battery fully before first use. You can charge the battery when it's in the machine by just plugging in the charger into the port, or you can remove it. There's a little button here on the side, it just pulls down, and then you can store the machine away somewhere else in a cupboard and charge the battery on your kitchen worktop, for example. I've pre-charged this so I can show you it going straight away, but always charge fully before use when you get a new cordless machine. So it's very similar to the previous cordless machines, but there are a couple of new features, and that's why I wanted to try this particular model out. Here's the bin. It's a nice big capacity. To empty it, there's a button on the side. You just press that down and the bin opens up and the dirt hopefully should fall out. You can also remove the bin for emptying if you want to, and for that there's a button on the underside here, so you press that and then the whole bin easily comes off. So if you prefer, take this out to your bin and then empty it in the same way just by pressing the side button and it'll open up. And when the bin's out, you can see 2 of the filters. Both of these need washing from time to time. About once a month, I believe, is the recommended frequency, but it might be more or less depending on how often you use the machine and what your household is like, whether you've got pets or children. So you've got the felt filter and underneath a sponge filter. It's always advisable, they don't offer you a spare unfortunately in the box, but I would get a spare set, and then you've always got a clean dry set on the go. Every time you wash one set, you can put another set in. This all can be washed in water as well. You can rinse it clean from time to time, and it's always very important to keep this central shroud bit, this little cone, keep that clear. Occasionally that might get wrapped around with debris, especially pet hair, and it involves putting your hand in. You're just going to have to put your hand in and clear that, otherwise you'll get reduced suction. If you're a bit icky about putting your hand in a dirty bin, then just put rubber gloves on or something. So that's the bin, but it is a reasonable capacity for a cordless machine. When you remove the bin, you'll also see an exhaust HEPA filter. That won't require very much maintenance at all. I expect about once a year you could give that a clean. That just pulls out, and that's your exhaust filter, a proper HEPA exhaust. That just pops back in. As I say, it's the 2 filters at the top of the bin. They will require frequent cleaning, but you can more or less forget about the exhaust filter for about a year. So we've got a little cover over here, a little sticker, so you need to remove that. That's just showing you the display. And there's also a QR code, and that will give you a full instruction manual. Now this seems to be a growing trend with manufacturers. You only get a quick start guide in the box. If you want full instructions, you have to go online. That's okay if you have internet access. Some people don't, but if you want the full instructions, you just scan that with your phone and they'll come up on Shark's website. We can remove that. And this is just telling us about the Clean Sense IQ, the Eco mode, and the boost mode. So that's one of the new features of the Stratos. It has a dirt sensor that detects the levels of dirt in your carpet and will adjust the power of the machine. So you're not always trying to adjust yourself, so you're not going to decide whether it needs to go on boost. The cleaner will decide, so it will sense the dirt going into the machine. If it senses more dirt, then it will switch to boost. When that dirt's picked up, it'll switch to a lower level, so it saves on the battery. That's a good idea, but it's not a new idea. Hoover did that way back in 1992 with a Turbo Power 2 uprights. It's a similar thing, but I suspect it's a little bit more updated for cleaners you can buy today, but it's a good feature to have. So basically, turn it on, select the Auto Sense feature, and then the machine will do it for yourself. You can also select Boost manually or Eco. This cleaner will run for up to 60 minutes on Eco mode without a motorized accessory. So use it in handheld mode like this. Now this is one of the tools you get, crevice tool. It's a nice size. Which way does it go on? That's it. Clicks in, a nice firm positive click. So that's for your nooks and crannies. You have to press the button to remove it. You also get this combination tool. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's a little bit odd. Right, yeah. That's very odd actually. That's the wrong way up. Am I being very dim here? I mean, it won't. You'd expect it to be this way up, folks. This is the way you use the cleaner. But it goes in that way. Does it swivel though? Ah, I was being stupid. I thought that was odd. It swivels, so you can actually adjust it. So that's the way you would use it. And it's got the brush, fairly soft. You could dust your lampshades with that, sort of shelving, that sort of thing. But you can take that off, press that silver button, and then you've got an upholstery tool for your curtains, your upholstered furniture, etc. And I suppose you could use that on your carpeted stairs and of course inside the car. So that's your small tools, but of course we also get, because this is the pet version, we get the mini motorized pet hair tool, and this is anti-hair wrap as well, but you can remove that middle portion if it does get very dirty, or if you get a blockage. That all comes out easily without tools, and that fits on directly to the cleaner like that, or you can fit it onto the end of the wand. Let's switch on. So that's ideal for cleaning your stairs, inside your car, for your car mats. For hard wearing upholstered furniture, I wouldn't use it on loose covered upholstered furniture that's got tassels or anything that could be sucked into the machine. Pet bedding as well, but not on anything too delicate. But that's an additional bonus you get with this particular model, and it's definitely one to go for if you've got pets. I would go for the pet version of anything, because normally the pet version means it comes with the additional mini motorized tool. If you've no pets, you can save yourself a bit of money and just get the basic Stratos that doesn't include this. But if you change your mind later, I'm sure that will be available to buy on Shark's website. Here's the mains adapter that you plug the battery into to charge it. We get the wand, which has Shark's Flexology feature, which enables you to clean under low furniture, but it enables the machine to stand on its own when storing or charging it. So I'll show you all this in use, obviously. You get a handy little bag to keep everything in. And finally, here is the brand new designed cleaner head with Duo Clean and Anti-Hair Wrap Plus. So it's got the Duo Clean soft roller at the front. Again, that's easy to remove. That will get grubby. My mother has a much older Shark that I'm having to wash this from time to time. You can wash them. They do get covered in dirt. And also these teeth, especially if you've got pets, it can become very matted with hair and debris. So make sure you maintain your machine. You've spent a lot of money on it. Just spend a little bit of time every month giving it a bit of maintenance, and it should last longer. You can't remove this middle brush, well, not easily anyway. It's not designed for the consumer to remove, but it is the Anti-Hair Wrap Plus. It's designed not to get entangled with hairs. That's the claim anyway. So there is the new Duo Clean Anti-Hair Wrap Plus, and we've also got some illuminated lights, some LED lights here to help light up dark corners and under furniture. And we have the Clean Sense display. All this will become more obvious when I show you the cleaner in action, but this illuminates, the light comes along, so when it finds dirt and has to boost the power, it's going to display heavy debris. Put it upside down there. You can see it just says heavy debris. So once the machine has dealt with the heavy debris, it's going to reduce the power, and eventually, if it finds the surface is pretty clean, it's going to go right down to a lower power setting. So it's giving a good clean, but it's being more economical with the battery. So I think that's a good idea. So that's one reason why I decided to go for this. Another reason, and another new feature for Shark cleaners, is this. This is Anti-Odor Technology dial and cartridge in this little box, and this is how it comes when you open it. So everyone knows, especially if you have pets, a vacuum cleaner can start to smell a bit. No matter how well you clean it out, bagged or bagless, they can start giving off an odour, and this is designed to eliminate that odour. And we've got a little instruction book here. And Shark claim this should last about 6 months, and you will be able to buy, I'm not sure if they're available just yet at the time of making the video, but you will be able to buy these as replacements. And this will help to not decompose, deodorize the inside of the machine as the air is flowing through, because obviously a vacuum cleaner sucks in air, but it's got to blow that air back out. So the air will pass over this deodorizing capsule, and it's supposed to keep everything fresh as a daisy. So it's got a ring pull, and inside, I don't know if it's going to smell. Oh, it does. Quite a faint odour, but not, it's quite a unisex. It's not flowery. It's just a nice fresh smell. It's hard to describe. I'm not sure if they'll do different fragrances, but I think Shark are claiming it's designed to eliminate the odours. Rather than just mask the smell coming out of your vacuum cleaner, it's got chemicals in here that will eliminate the odour, but it will also add a bit of fragrance. So we need to pop this into the head before we start cleaning. The anti-odour cartridge has a little handle that you need to pull up, and you'll also see a little arrow on the cartridge itself, which corresponds to an arrow here on the Duo Clean head. So you just insert it with the arrows pointing towards each other. Just push it down. There we go. Pop the handle down, make sure it's flush, and that's the anti-odour cartridge fully installed. Assembling the Shark Stratos for use is fairly simple. First, take the Duo Clean head and make sure that the neck is in the upright position. Then take the Flexology wand. It goes in this way. It just locks into place. It won't go in the other way, so don't try and force it. It'll only go in one way. Just press it down and it will click into position. It might be a bit stiff when it's new. And to release it, you just press on the release button there. And then the cleaner itself just clicks to the top of the wand like this. Again, make sure it's clicked into position. And now the cleaner is ready to use. To use the Flexology feature for cleaning under low furniture, you press the switch here underneath, just press it at the top, and it flexes like so for cleaning under low furniture. And I'll show you this in use during the course of the demonstration. To store the machine, put it in the upright position. Now this cleaner will not stand upright on its own, it will fall down. So you could put it up against a wall. There is a little rubber pad here on the end which is quite useful, so if you want to quickly pause the cleaning, it will lean up against the wall without falling over. But it's always best really to store it. Again, you press the same button here, just press it at the top and you bend it down in half like so, and now the machine is freestanding, so that will go in your cupboard like that, and you can take the battery out and charge that out of the cupboard. Or if you've got a corner of your kitchen or your hallway, you can leave it like this with the charger plugged in. So you just plug it in here like that, next to a power socket, and the Shark will start to charge up. Now you can't see anywhere on the machine when it's charging in this position. There's no indicator that you can look at, but there is. It's a bit hard to see in this light. There is a little indicator, little white indicator just there. So I think I'm nearly full on this battery because I did pre-charge it, but you will see a more accurate status of the battery when you turn the machine on, because the display will show that. So I'll just unplug, fold it back into the operating position. In fact, I'll remove it from the Flexology wand and just show you the display. When you first turn on the Shark Stratos, the default setting is Clean Sense IQ, but you can easily change that to the Eco or Boost settings by pressing the button at the top. I'm just going to try the Shark Stratos out on this carpet briefly before putting some dirt down to see how well it performs. And of course I'll be testing on carpet and hard floors, and I'll also be seeing how well it cleans upholstery and stair carpets. So I've got it in the storage position. The battery is installed and charged, so I'll just bend it upwards, put your foot on the DuraClean head and release the cleaner and switch on. I'm just going to use it in the default setting, which is the Clean Sense IQ setting. So just press the button here at the top. My first impressions of this Shark Stratos are favourable. It moves very easily across the carpet, and the Clean Sense IQ seems to work very well. You can hear the machine boosting and lowering the power as you use it, so you're not having to think about different settings. The machine is doing the thinking for you. I also like the fact that you don't have to change anything. You just press the on button, use the default Clean Sense IQ, and go from carpet to hard floor without worrying if you're cleaning at the right suction level, whether you need to boost it. The machine knows whether to boost it because it will hear the dirt coming in and boost it when it detects more dirt. So you'll know when the Clean Sense IQ lowers the suction of the machine and you'll hear the noise level reduce, you'll know that that area is clean and you can clean another area. So I really like that feature. It feels a pretty solid piece of kit, and this could be another winner from Shark, but I've yet to do some demonstrations. So let's put down some dirt on the carpet. I'll also see how well this machine performs on hard floors, and I'll use some of these smaller tools as well. We could try the small tools on the stairs and some above floor cleaning. Before I put some dirt down and show the Shark Stratos in action, I'm just going to measure the suction power. Now I'll be able to measure on the Eco setting and the Boost, but as far as Clean Sense IQ goes, I'm not sure what's going to happen when I block the end off using my suction gauge, because obviously using this machine on the Clean Sense setting, the cleaner is going to vary the power according to the amount of dirt on the surface you're cleaning, but I'll give it a go anyway. Now because this is an oblong opening, I'm not going to get a very tight seal on my suction gauge, so I'm just going to use some tape around the bottom just to try and seal it in a bit more so I can get a more accurate measurement of the suction power of this Shark Stratos. When I first switch on the Shark Stratos, the cleaner will automatically go into clean sense mode, so that's the first reading you'll see. I'll then switch to eco mode, and then finally I'll switch to boost mode. Well, we have some very acceptable levels on the suction gauge. When I first turned the cleaner on Clean Sense IQ, it averaged at around 60, but as I said, that's going to go up and down as you're cleaning. When I switched down to Eco, which will give you the longest running time, it measured 28, but on Boost, it measured an impressive 100, which is more powerful than some mains powered vacuum cleaners. So all in all, I think the suction power of the Shark with an empty bin and a clean filter is very impressive. I've just got a couple of points to mention about the battery before I start my demonstrations. Obviously, make sure it's 100% charged before you use your cleaner for the first time. And then when you use it, deplete the battery until it reaches zero, i.e. until the machine actually cuts out. This, say Shark, will help to condition the battery and give it a longer life. Once you've used it once and depleted it fully, then you can keep topping up the battery as and when you require. So after you've used the machine, plug it back in for a charge and it'll be ready for next time. But just on that first use your machine until the battery is dead. For my first demonstration, I'm going to test the Stratos on this pet hair that I've just harvested from Daisy here. Thank you very much, Daisy. We'll try and rub it into the carpet. In every demonstration I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave the machine in its clean sense mode so we can see how well it performs with the cleaner actually doing the thinking for you and adjusting itself according to the level of dirt. Okay, well that should be enough of a demonstration for you. Thank you, Daisy. Let's get the Shark Stratos on this hair. Hopefully it'll pick it all up. Well, the Stratos had no problem picking up Daisy's hair, all in the bin now, and I could hear, and I'm sure you could hear, that the motor was changing in speed as I was using the machine. If I was to continue cleaning over the clean area, then the speed would have dropped right down to the low level until I moved on to another area of carpet and the Shark found more dirt. It would have increased the power. So pretty happy with that. Very much a clean sweep of pet hair. And now I can take the bin off and you can see Daisy's hair is now inside the bin. It's all fallen out, all been picked up. Plus, not just Daisy's hair, but you can see some dust there that it's also removed from the carpet. I've put some more dirt down on this carpet, which includes black sand, which will definitely show up on this cream colour carpet if the Shark doesn't pick it up. I'm going to pass the cleaner forward and back through the middle of the dirt to see the clean path, to see how well it picks up in two passes. And then of course I'll pick up the rest of the dirt because I don't like to leave a mess. But I'm also going to leave these clumps of pet hair and fluff. Often big clumps of material can clog some vacuum cleaners, but with the Duo Clean, hopefully it will remove them. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's get cleaning. For 2 passes, I think the Shark Stratos has done a very good job. When I'm looking closely, there are a few specks of the black sand, but I'm sure another couple of passes will deal with that. And with a Clean Sense IQ feature, you can continue cleaning the area until the Shark reduces the power to the lowest level, and then you know it's found all the deep down dirt. I even detected some agitation on this carpet, which is something you don't often get with a cordless cleaner, and I think it's the power fins in the Shark brush roll that's actually helping to vibrate the carpet pile and release the deep down dirt, much like an old-fashioned upright vacuum cleaner. Okay, I'll clear up the rest of this mess, and I'm also going to use the machine a bit faster because I've had people saying you go too slow. Obviously, this is just a demonstration. It's not a real life demonstration, although this is real life and I am real. This is a real carpet, this is real dirt. But generally people tend to whip around the houses quickly. But from time to time I would always recommend going slowly, because the slower you move your vacuum cleaner over the carpet, the better it's going to pick up and the more dirt it will pick up in one sweep. Okay, let's clean up the rest of this mess. That's another impressive result. I've used a lot of Shark vacuum cleaners, both mains powered and cordless, that feature the Duo Clean brush roll, and in my opinion it's one of the best cleaners for hard floors. But this Stratos is also good on carpets. What I love about it is you can go from floor to carpet, carpet to floor, without changing anything. You don't have to change the head, you don't have to change the setting on the machine, you just guide it where you want to clean and the Stratos will do the rest. And with the Clean Sense IQ, you're not thinking, oh, there's an extra bit of dirt, I better press boost. The Shark will know that there's more dirt and it will boost it for you. So I think this is going to be one of my favourite cordless Sharks so far, but I say that every time I bring you a new Shark. This is my new favourite, this is my new favourite. Well, at the moment, at the time of making the video, the Stratos is my new favourite. After all that cleaning, let's have a look at the filters. Obviously, you need to remove the dirt bin from the cleaner to access them. So this is the first fabric filter. And as you can see, that's still pretty white, but I expected it to be, because the brunt of the dust will be trapped by this sponge filter. That's not bad, considering the amount of dirt I picked up in the demo. And I tend to find with a bagless cleaner, if you overwhelm it with a lot of dirt all at once, the filters often clog up pretty quickly. But if you're using the machine normally, under normal household conditions, then you'll find it won't get quite so dirty quite so quickly. But with a Shark, you do have to maintain them on a regular basis, at least once a month. You'll need to wash this filter and possibly the felt filter, but this will always get the dirtiest. But it's just made of sponge, it's easy enough to clean. Rinse it underwater, squeeze it out, leave it to dry, and then you can place it back into the machine. This filter doesn't need washing at this stage, but this one, you can either wash it, or if you've got another vacuum to hand, you can just use the vacuum nozzle of your other vacuum just to clean off the dust. But keep an eye on your filter. I would suggest having a look at it after 2 weeks of regular use. And you can see there's some dust in there, but you can rinse all this out from time to time. So we'll pop that back in because it's still clean enough, like so. And then we've got the exhaust filter, but that's something you really won't have to look at very often, as you can see, and as expected. Is it very, I don't know, I thought I saw a little dark mark on it, I'm not sure. But this is your pleated HEPA exhaust. And that goes back in there. And then we'll put the bin back on. There's another little bit of maintenance with the machine, and that involves the Clean Sense sensors. Now, just inside the nozzle opening, can't really see it, I've had a look, there is a little, I don't know if that's a sensor, but there is a tiny little piece of metal in here. You can just about see it, hopefully. So just from time to time, just get a microfiber cloth or even a wet wipe, and you can just wipe around the inside of this opening just to ensure the sensor is kept clean. Otherwise, if it gets covered in dirt, the Clean Sense function will not function correctly. Obviously, don't wet it, don't submerge it in water, just a damp wet wipe, but make sure it's dry before putting it back together. So that's really the maintenance you have to do with the cleaner. As for the Duo Clean head, now Shark are claiming this does have anti-hair wrap plus. Some people complain that it doesn't actually stop hair wrapping round the brush roll. They've said that with earlier models, and Shark's response is often use it on a hard floor for a while and you should find that the brush roll will come clean. Now obviously this is going to be clean. We did a bit of pet hair pickup, but not a lot. The soft roller will get grubby after a while, so you can pop it out. There's a little button on the side that pops out. There's a little bit of dust on there, but you can actually clean that. I wouldn't submerge it in water. I've often cleaned older models of this with a little bit of washing up liquid, a couple of drops, and just agitate up and down with your hand, rinse it thoroughly, and then squeeze out as much of the liquid as you can, and then just pop that to dry somewhere, not over direct heat. You might have to leave that for up to 48 hours to fully dry, but you will find that will get matted with grime from your carpets and floors. No matter how clean you think your carpets and floors are, believe you me, that will get dirty. And of course you can clean out this section here while you've got the brush roller removed. This isn't meant to be removed by the user. I suppose it could be removed at a push using some tools, but it should hopefully stay clean. You could still wipe it in situ. You can get further access though to the air path here. You can see there are 3 little screw threads here, so you need a coin or a screwdriver, and you can remove this panel here, which gives you a bit of extra access to check for any blockages. That's about the end of my video on this Shark Stratos cordless vacuum cleaner, and so far I'm pretty impressed with this machine. I've used a lot of Shark cordless and corded cleaners over the years, and this has to set the bar for cleaning, for cordless cleaning anyway. It really is pretty impressive, but of course I'd need to use it around my home on a more regular basis to give a more balanced view, but so far what I've seen is pretty impressive. The CleanSense IQ feature is very good. I just like the fact you can turn the machine on and just clean your home with it. You're not fiddling about with extra buttons, changing heads for carpets or floors. Excellent. I also like the Anti-Odor Technology cartridge built in. Shark are claiming a 6-month life before we have to put a new cartridge in, so I'll have to see how that lasts in the long run. But so far, obviously, it's producing a very nice odour, and it should continue to neutralise odours, as I said, up to 6 months. So we don't want that doggy odour coming out of your vacuum. So hopefully this anti-odour cartridge will solve that problem. The CleanSense IQ doesn't just work with the floor head, it works with the other accessories too. It works with the crevice tool, so if you're picking up a lot of dirt, it will sense that and boost the power. And of course it also works with the upholstery nozzle, and of course with the mini motorized tool. If it senses dirt going up, it's going to work. So whatever accessory, whether it's motorized or non-powered, the CleanSense IQ feature works with all of them. So that is absolutely fantastic, and it's obviously you get a little bag as well. Handy extra touch to put all the bits in. Would like to see a spare set of filters put in the box, would be nice. But if you want spares, you can of course go to Shark's website where you'll get additional tools, spare filters, and if you need any assistance with the machine after sale service, you can contact Shark via their website. That's the end of my video on the cordless Shark Stratos. If you have any comments or questions, please comment below. I'll put a link below the video where you can find this on Amazon, but you can also go, of course, to Shark's website direct and see what offers they have at the time. If you have any comments or questions about the Stratos, please comment below. Don't forget to thumb up and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.